Close your eyes for a second. Go on, actually do it. You are not seeing nothing. You are seeing dark. Maybe a smear of red where the light gets through your eyelids. Little drifting shapes that move when you try to look at them. That is the mistake almost everyone makes with this question. When you try to imagine being blind, you imagine darkness. But darkness is a picture. Darkness is something your eyes are still making right now for you. A person born blind is not looking at black. There is no screen there at all. Ask them what they see, and the question does not quite land, in the same way that asking you what your elbow sees does not land. So what happens when that person falls asleep and starts to dream? In 2014, a research team in Denmark decided to stop guessing and actually measure it. They recruited 3 groups. 11 people who had been blind since birth, 14 people who could see once and lost it later in life, and 25 sighted people, matched by age and sex, as a control. Every single morning, for 4 weeks, before the dream had time to fade, all of them filled in the same questionnaire. Which senses were in it? Did you hear anything? Touch anything? Taste anything? Smell anything? Were you angry? Were you afraid? And one more box at the bottom. Was that a nightmare? For weeks, hundreds of dreams. Here is the first result. Every single sighted person reported seeing something in at least one dream. All 25 of them. Of the 11 people blind from birth, none. Not one visual impression. Across 4 weeks of dreaming. Now if the story stopped there, it would be sad. It would also be completely wrong. Because they were not dreaming less. They were dreaming more. More sound. More touch. More smell. And this is the detail I keep coming back to. More taste. Around 18% of the blind participants tasted something in a dream. In the sighted group, it was 7. Sit with that for a second. You have probably never had a dream with a flavor in it. Somebody, last night, dreamed about eating. The dream was not missing a channel. It was mixed differently. Then there is the middle group. The people who could see, and then could not. They still had pictures. But the longer someone had been blind, the shorter those pictures lasted, and the blurrier they got. Color drained out first. But none of that is the finding that unsettled the researchers. It was that last box. The one nobody was really watching. Was this a nightmare? For the sighted group, about 6% of dreams were nightmares. For the people who lost their sight later in life, 7%. Basically identical. For the people blind from birth, 25%. 1 dream in 4. 4 times the rate of everybody else. And before you reach for the obvious explanation, the researchers already got there. Blind people do tend to sleep worse. They controlled for it. The gap stayed. So they looked at what the nightmares were actually about. Not monsters. Not falling out of the sky. Not teeth crumbling in your hands. Getting lost. Being hit by a car. Falling into an open manhole. Losing the guide dog. Every single one of those is a real thing that could happen tomorrow. There is an idea in sleep science called threat simulation theory, and this study is one of the strangest pieces of evidence for it. The theory says dreaming is not a leftover, or noise, or the brain clearing its cache. It is a rehearsal. The sleeping brain runs the threats you might genuinely face, in a place where losing costs you nothing, so that the body has already practiced. If that is true, then a nightmare is not a malfunction. It is a drill, and it means the raw material of a dream is not what you have seen. It is what you have to survive. Your dreams are full of pictures for one reason. Your danger is mostly visual. The car you did not see. The face you could not read. Take the eyes out of the equation, and the dream does not go dark. It retools around a different set of dangers. It gets louder. It gets more frequent. Because there is more to rehearse. One caveat, because this is where scientists stop agreeing. Some of the participants blind from birth described scenes in language that sounded, to a sighted ear, unmistakably visual. Nobody knows what that means. Their visual cortex is not switched off. It gets recruited for touch and sound and language instead. That room is not empty. It has been given a new job. What I want to leave you with is the part that is not about blindness at all. You have probably spent your whole life assuming your dreams are a recording. Footage of the day, played back badly. They are not. They are a rehearsal. And whatever your brain chooses to rehearse, again and again and again, is the thing it has quietly decided you might not survive. Which brings me to a question. Almost everyone has one nightmare they have had more than once. The same one, for years. What is yours? And what do you think it has been rehearsing?